Hello everyone, welcome to Breaking the Huddle. I'm excited about being with you. I'm excited about this little series here that we're doing, the things that we can learn from Noah's Ark. As I said before, I've had this for a lot of years, but here lately put some scripture to it. Says, you know what, this preaches. And it's very simple, but like I said, it works. And so last week we talked about don't miss the boat. Well, that's humorous, but yet we get so caught up in the world that we lose sight. We don't realize that we drift away, as Hebrews says, not intentionally, but yet we must understand we have to stay on course. I think we stay on course by praying daily, by just reading His Word. I'm real big on fellowship. And that means going to church, being involved. Now, if you're one of these people that are really blessed, you've got a circle of people that just love God and you communicate a lot. That's a big help. Maybe you live in that area of the country where there's just not a church close by. And you've got to rely on television to be a blessing to you. But even at that, do your best to have that fellowship of people around you, because there's nothing like a personal touch of somebody putting their arm around you, praying for you, etc. Today's lesson is, of all the 10 points, now that I think about it more, it might be the most important one, maybe. Or maybe it might be to you, or it might be to me. And it simply says, humorous, remember that we're all in the same boat. Okay? We can't do it by ourselves. And I really want to emphasize that I don't know anything really in life that we can truly do by ourselves. I know this. Having my wife, Shaheen, beside me, and I can honestly say that just about every single day, we spend at least 95% of our time together. And we love every bit of it. It's exciting, and we feed each other. There are those moments where I'm weak, and that very area where I'm weak, she is strong, and vice versa. Now, most of the time, she's one weak, and I'm the strong one. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, right. But anyhow, Corinthians says this in 12:25, 1 Corinthians 12:25. Jesus is still speaking, and he says, this makes for harmony among the members, so that all the members care for each other. That's what this point is talking about. Well, remember, we're all in the same boat together. And when we truly care for one another, it's not just a figure of speech. It's not just the right thing to say. It really makes a difference. I know here at this ministry, we have done our best to make everybody involved in this ministry feel like not staff, but family. I think that's very important. I can remember my great coach, Bum Phillips. He started off every football season, and I had 6 years underneath him. And he started off basically the same speech, beginning every football season with this: today we're a team, but tomorrow we're going to become a family. Meaning that family, when family is happy, we're all happy. When one is sad, we're all sad. What he was saying was, no one person can lose the game. Maybe I dropped the winning touchdown pass, but you know what? When it's all said and done, it's more than just that drop pass. Everybody on that team had a responsibility to do their job. And so it's never about one person. So let me encourage you today, as bottom line, what this is all about, Breaking the Huddle, is to encourage you that you're somebody special. You're God's creation. Maybe you've dropped whatever. But you know what? That's where friends and family come into focus. The scripture also says in verse 26, 1 Corinthians 12, verse 26. If one part suffers, this is Jesus speaking now, these are his words. This is the way you and I are supposed to live. If one part suffers, all the parts suffer with it. And if one part is honored, all the parts are honored as well. Those are so important. I know this prison ministry, it's a very, I'll be honest with you, it's a very lonely ministry. You know, my son's a pastor, and because he has a great church and a great congregation, he and his wife, they're loaded with friends, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It shouldn't be any other way. If you're living life right, you're going to attract good people, friends, etc. You're just going to do that. Prison ministry here is a ministry that you always go to them, and as a whole, they can never come to you. It's wonderful when inmates get out, and I've had those by the hundreds that have out, they've called, they've dropped by the office, and it's been a celebration beyond words. And many of those today, we stay connected to each other by phone. We visit with each other from time to time. But as a whole, remember, we're in the same boat together. Our ministry is we go to them. They're not able to get out and to fellowship with us, and how wonderful that would be. And so I say all that to say how much more important is for my wife and I, those few friends that we have that are really friends. They understand where you're coming from. You can be you, not be judged by them if maybe you say something a little different or something. I'm not saying anything coarse or dirty. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's just, you know what I'm talking about. Jesus had his inner circle. He started the inner circle. And so, hey, it's okay. But how important is that? So I want to encourage you as we close out this session of Breaking the Huddle, that, hey, be that team member, be that individual that you truly love and respect everybody around you. Is that when you maybe have a family member hurting, you hurt with them. They know you hurt with them. And yet at the same time, when that family member or that friend has an opportunity to really rejoice, they know you are rejoicing with them. And I tell you, that kind of spirit goes a long way. Pretty much that whole chapter is talking about the Spirit. It's talking about the members of the body working together. The hand needs the arm, etc., the leg, etc., etc. Where are we without these paddles on the side of our head? Our eyes to see, our tongue to speak. It all works together for the glory of God. And unfortunately, in this country today, there's too much division. If you're not my denomination, you're not really accepted. I'll shake your hand when you come into the door, but you'll never be a part of our flock unless you become one of us. And you see, that's not what God is all about. This is a major, major point. Remember, we're all in the same boat. Can you imagine Noah, 8 people, all those animals, for 365 days? Not going anywhere, all that around them. Hey, I can't even begin to imagine. But yet, Jesus says, when we make harmony with one another, how awesome that is in His sight, how pivotal that is in His sight.